So I've been preaching a series of messages on Sunday morning around here at Grace Baptist Church, addressing the topic of Christian apologetics. And I just want to give you a little explanation of why I'm doing this and why it matters. In the 14 years that I've been here at Grace Baptist Church, we've had 4 different youth pastors and a lot of different volunteers working with our teenagers. I was a youth pastor for 6 years myself. Right now, I'm kind of serving as the senior pastor and the youth pastor. So I'm particularly sensitive about issues that relate to teenagers. I also have some teenagers at home. And about 6 weeks ago or so, I was sitting in a seminar where the senior pastor was talking about his expectations for his youth pastor or any youth pastor that he brings in to teach his teenagers. He said there's a couple things that he wants to make sure that they deal with. One is the issue of sex, because teenagers are going to have to deal with that, whether you want to talk about it or not. And they certainly need to know what the Bible has to say about it and what God's perspective is. But the other topic surprised me until I gave it some more thought. The other topic he said that he wants his youth pastors to deal with is Christian apologetics. And he gave the reason why, which made perfect sense. He said kids get out of their house, they get out of school, they go off to college, or even into the workplace, and their faith is attacked. In fact, if they go to a state university or secular college, they're probably going to run into some professors who have made it their lifelong goal to dismantle the faith of Christian students who come into their classroom. And so kids need to know what they believe. So I began to do a little research and came up with some topics that I felt like we could cover here on Sunday mornings that would address this matter. Not just with our teenagers, but with the whole church, because all Christians need to know exactly what they believe and why they believe it. They need to be able to defend their faith, as we're commanded to do in the book of Jude. And so the first week I came out of 1 Peter chapter 3, and we talked about the hope that we have and how we should be able to give an answer to the people who ask us why we have such confidence in the Scriptures and in the destiny of our soul. And so just tried to motivate people to know what they believe and to make sure that their behavior matches what they claim to believe. Then we talked about the nature of truth. Truth is absolute. It's not relative. It doesn't depend on how old you are or what your exposure to circumstances is. It is absolute. It comes from God and it doesn't change. Your perspective on it might change, but truth is always the same. Then we talked about the existence of God. And we haven't really delved that deeply into who God is, but just that there is necessarily a God who made everything and who keeps everything rolling in the natural world around us. And then last week we talked about miracles, and this week we're going to talk about the resurrection. And once you get to the truth of the resurrection, you're exclusively talking about the God of the New Testament. You're talking about Jesus Christ. You're talking about His resurrection. And so this Sunday, that's what we're going to get into. We're going to study that for a while. And I hope that you can take time out of your schedule to join us, either here at Grace Baptist Church in person, or check us out here online. We'll be live on Facebook this coming Sunday morning. God bless you. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you're blessed by it. Hope you learn from it. And if you are, make sure you share this with someone else.